Hi, this is Paul Eastham. Welcome to the Composer Diaries. So today, guys, is quite a special one, actually. Being in the music business for so many years, you meet a lot of people, and you meet a lot of other people who are and have been in the industry. And one person in particular that I met, it must have been about 13 years ago now, is a guy called Eddie Jordan. And we became good friends. We hit it off from the moment that we met. We were introduced by a mutual guy that we knew in the industry. And Eddie Jordan, very interesting guy. So Eddie was one of the writers, the main writers, and the keyboard player in the band from the 80s called Fiction Factory. And they had this huge hit called Feels Like Heaven. I was back in Scotland some time ago, and I was able to catch up with Eddie. And we did, we had a conversation. I don't like to use the word interview because, it all sounds a bit formal. So we had a conversation. I was just asking some questions about, his life with being within Fiction Factory and how they recorded the single. So here we go. Here's our conversation.
All right, mate, you okay? Hello. Oh, good love, you all right? So I'm here with Bangers and Mash magazine. Oh, yeah. Hello. Okay. Oh, mate, it's going to be lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So basically, what's it like in the pie and mash industry?
Oh, lovely. It's all bloody bangers. And yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, mate.
Hi. Yeah, I did a lot of theatre when I was young. 1966 I began at Perth Theatre. It was frightening, but I loved it.
All right. Yeah.
Made me feel relaxed as a person, because I'm very shy, basically. So, performing on stage, I could be anybody I wanted to be. But yeah, that got me out of myself, being very shy.
Yeah.
Very shy doing stuff like interviews, for example.
That's all good, mate. It's all good.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You're doing really, really good. Yeah. I am amateur, don't forget. So Fiction Factory, that song, Feels Like Heaven. Can you walk me through a little bit of, so that riff, the piano riff, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So the major one, minor 6, and the major 4th, so the chords underneath that. Beautifully done. That piano riff though, you're recording that. How did you do that? What was the piano? What was the process? Because it's such a beautiful warm sound, and I love it.
Yeah, don't get too technical with me now. This is various grand pianos we use in various studios. Latterly, I remember Castle Sound. So I was do the piece to start the piece, and we had the drums, Mike on the drums, and we had the bass was me playing the bass. It's a synth bass, mostly, and then slap bass by Graham later on. So it was okay. Let's do the first one. Okay, so with the count in. Dun, 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 dun. So I was playing this tune, and they stopped the track. I went, sorry, what? Play harder. Okay. Start again. It stopped again. I said, okay, sorry, harder. Wow.
Is this in octaves?
Yeah.
So this is in octaves?
Yeah, octaves. I was playing octaves.
Yeah.
So basically what I had to cut a long story short, I ended up using fingers like this.
So you were beating the hell out of this thing?
I was thumping, I had sore fingers, yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, it gave it that sound. When you hear the track, when you hear it opening, it's like dong, it's just thunderous. Thunderous sound, I think.
Brilliant.
Rather than just be a, ping, 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 ping.
Yeah.
So it gave it a good bit of power behind it.
And what was the instrument? What type of piano did you have?
I can't remember the make. It was just a grand piano. We had different takes in different studios.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I can't remember the one in Castle Sound. I think it was
some big grand piano, and they told you to beat the hell out of it.
Beat the hell out of your grand piano, basically. Yeah.
So is that how they got that big, loud kind of?
Yeah.
It feels compressed to the point it does actually sound like a really cool synth piano patch, but it is the real deal. It's a real piano.
Yeah. And what happened as well was the pad sound under it. When it came on, got a nice pad sound under that as well.
Right, tell me about that. So what's that? How did you get that?
You can ask me too many technical questions now. I cannot remember. That sounds good. That'll do. You know when you think it's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. It's nice warm sound with the piano sound as well. So
Can you remember the synthesizer?
maybe a Jupiter, maybe.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Jupiter 8, I think it was.
Okay.
Um,
Highly sought after now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a big money.
Yeah. So we had that, and then I wanted to do some string sounds. So if you listen to, there's a break after the bridge. We go back into the theme, dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
the piano, and had a string line, which is a wee bit. If you listen to it, you'll hear the string line going through. I want a real string section.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to get that. It would be nice to have a real string behind that.
Yeah.
So that was, I can't remember what keyboard that was now.
It must have been quite an experience, though. Just your song as well. You know, and who's the producer on that?
That was Peter Wilson, who worked with Still Council, the Jam,
Yeah.
Paul Weller,
And how was he putting that together? Was it easy to work with?
I thought so, yeah.
Right.
I think what we were expecting. There's three main writers. Well, Kevin was the writer, obviously, the other writer. And Chick and myself, we were the main writers of Fiction Factory. I don't know what they were expecting, but when I heard that playing through the monitors in Castle Sound when it was done, it was just magic. I thought that was phenomenal. I thought this is going to do something.
Yeah.
And I knew way back when we wrote it in 1982 this would be a top 10.
Wow. Which of course it did.
It did.
It did. It certainly did
Number
something.
6.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
It's amazing, and partly also the why we're sat here now. I mean, it was a huge hit on my headphones when I was younger. Way after the fact, even when the hit was you'd done and you'd had a career from it.
Yeah.
People are still listening to that song many years on. So it's sign of a great song. I think it's in my top 5 for me favourite songs.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's the sound as well. It's not just the song. It's the sound. It's always been interesting to me to figure out how do people get those sounds. So that piano thing. So that was you beating the hell out of this big piano.
Thrashing it.
Yeah.
So different takes, maybe different octaves and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But it's a very hard thing. You cannot replicate that live on stage.
No. Playing that on stage. How did you do that? Was it run with a backing track or was it?
We had backing doing little bits as well, little things.
Yeah.
And then I would again octave play on top.
Yeah.
But it just does not. You cannot get that sound to come out front.
No.
Any ideas how to get that sound?
Well, today you can do it with computers. When they work.
Oh yeah.
you can do. So, and what year was that when you first went into the studio to record it? What year?
That was 83. I think it was towards the end of 83.
83. Yeah.
We wrote it in 1982.
Yeah.
In my flat in Old High Street with a couple of tape decks.
Wow.
We'd play one tape on the next tape. We'd bounce down. Kevin, I remember in my flat, he'd have his head in a cardboard box with a microphone and singing it.
Wow. Okay, that's something different, compared to today. Mind you, I say that today, people are doing it now, aren't they? They've got their head in pretty much a cardboard box now, but with foam around it, home studios.
Remember the old Tascam Porta 2?
Yeah.
Did you have them?
Yeah, I had one. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I had my first introduction into the recording world was with Tascams. And I had various different ones. The last one I had, I can't remember what it was called, but it was the grey one with a variable pitch thing. So it basically slow and speed the tape up, which is really, really cool. And you could also have inserts for effects and things like that. So it's a bit more high tech than the Port 2.
Wow.
But yeah, it's really, really good. And sequencing on an old Atari. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, those were the days.
Atari STE.
That's the one.
You had that, yeah?
Yeah. And the Mega ST.
Yeah.
Which I think had I can't remember, 4 megabytes of RAM.
Something like that, yeah. Using Steinberg Cubase? Did you use Cubase?
I had Notator. So I think was it eMagic? Yeah, you use all your 16 MIDI tracks up and you click merge and you've got 16 more MIDI tracks.
Yeah.
So sort of cheating, but yeah, it was good fun. When you heard that song on the radio for the first time, what did you feel? What did you think? What was going on?
I felt a warmth inside.
Yeah.
I was glowing. In fact, funniest thing, even today, one time I was going to Tesco's, my local Tesco's, and I walked in and I was going, that sounds familiar. I went, oh my God. I'm famous, I'm playing in Tesco's. I mean, that was great. I remember we were on tour, we did Paul Young's tour. It was called the 12 Days of Christmas tour.
Okay.
That's when we had the 3 girls and the backing singers on there. And I remember we actually we were travelling to whatever, Manchester, whatever gig it was. And somebody in the band said it would be great if we mooned them. So they were overtaking us, and we actually mooned Paul Young and the crew, and oh dear, the ladies like were on board as well. So
rock and roll.
Claimed to rock and roll, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Well, thank you, Paul.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you very much. Great to see you.
Great to see you again, man.
Keep rock and rolling too. Great pleasure. Thanks, man.
Brilliant.
I've no idea. That was probably a lot of poo.
Oh, I didn't press record. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.